All right, testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. All right, testing 1 2 3. All right, beautiful. All right. Shalom, first and foremost, I'm gonna start off this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Most and rule well. I've taught me this word in truth. I've taught me this word in truth and sincerity. All right. And peace and mercy to the whole full elect, starting with 144,000. That's also pushing this word. All right. In truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. I'm your fellow servant of Moth, once again, of GMS Toronto, coming at you with another live lesson. Okay. It's going to be another edition of Doomsday Prophecy, linking world events to Bible prophecy to strengthen and encourage the faith of the whole full elect. Okay. At the same time, telling, giving this testimony, right, which is coupled with the downfall of this wicked kingdom. Okay, but before America, aka Babylon the Great, gets destroyed, we are waiting for this major prophecy, the mark of the beast, which is the microchip. The MOTB is a microchip, and today I'm going to be getting into. I got a couple videos. I got 2 videos. I might get into 2, 3 videos concerning programmable money, digital systems, and the MOTB. All right. So let's get this first clip. This is from Rumble. All right. This is fair use, fair use, fair use. All right. I'm not receiving any monetization for this video. All right. I'm only sharing this video for educational purposes only. So fair use, fair use, fair use. All right. So this is from Talk to the Body off of Rumble. Catherine Austin Fitz. All right. The RFID chip. So let's take a listen. You can't just say, look, we're going to chip you and make you a slave. You need a marketing plan, right? So you want to make it fashionable, particularly the young people.
Yeah, it's all in chips. So I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. And they're marketing and making all of this seem cool and groovy to young people. You can't just say, look, we're going to chip you and make you a slave. You need a marketing plan, right? So you want to make it fashionable, particularly the young people.
Yeah, it's all in chips. So I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. And they're marketing and making all of this seem cool and groovy to young people. Once you are chipped like livestock, the control implications are phenomenal.
If you had the choice, would you implant your smartphone into your head?
That chip can do a lot of other things other than just, help you get into the office building.
That's right. It'll give the top wicked elite total control. Okay, like Aaron Rooster said, they want total control. Right? These long noses, right? The international bankers. I brought this out already. I'm going to bring it out again. You're going to hear a lot of the same precepts every time we do these lessons because we're only, we only have really a few prophecies left, man. Plus, we don't give a shit. Okay, we're set up to prophesy, whether they hear or forbear. 2 Thessalonians 2:8. The man of lawlessness will be revealed by the Lord. Right? This is NLT. Yahweh Shai will be revealed, but the Lord Yahweh Shai will slay him with the breath of his mouth, the prophets, and destroying him by the splendor of his coming. Yeah, with the hosts of heaven. All right, the chariots of the Lord, with which the world ignorantly calls UFOs. This man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. His technology, all right, primarily by the way of the microchip, right, and these digital systems by the way of these data centers that are being set up throughout the earth, especially in America. Okay. It says signs and miracles. He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them. So Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, will cause them to be greatly deceived and they will believe these lies. Okay. And, actually, let me just continue reading before I go on. It says, then they will be condemned for enjoying evil rather than believing the truth. You see? And that condemnation, all right, of taking the chip, all right, there is no judgment greater than that. Because that's the worst thing you could do. That's the ultimate form of idol worshiping, is taking the chip. That's why it's going to be the greatest test to try the whole world. Okay. I also want to get Habakkuk. Let's go Habakkuk. Where are you? Come on now. All right, 2 and 5. I'll start at 3. I'm also going to get this in the NLT. It says, I'll start at 2. Fuck. Then the Lord Yahweh said to me, write my answer plainly upon tablets, so that a runner can carry the correct message to others, right? So starting with the apostles, right, and bishops, elders on down, we've been making this prophecies and all the prophecies plain upon tables. Now, in the ancient world, we did it on paper. Now we're doing it digitally, right? We're doing it via the internet, making it plain for you to understand. So there's no excuse as to why you took the chip. All right, Yahweh Ratazah, we are not of that number that takes the chip. Those of us that sincerely believe and fear Yahweh Bashim El Shai, so that a runner can carry the correct message. The runner are the prophets, okay? The true prophets of the Lord, and we're carrying the correct message to others, to the world. This vision is for a future time. If it describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. You see? If this seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Okay, and it's not being delayed. If you're in tune with the Holy Spirit, you're seeing this devil move at a rapid pace. The Most High is speeding things up, man. Any moment now, okay. Any moment now, all right. A great event can take place that will fool the world into taking this chip, the microchip. Okay, the MOTB. Look at the proud; they trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness to Yahweh Bashim El Shai. That's the only way you're gonna. An Israelite man or woman will be able to overcome this great trial that will try the earth. All right, is by the protection of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, which is the Thawa ultimately. Okay, the Thawa in Ezekiel 9 and 4, an exemption from judgment. Okay, there's 2 marks, one of judgment and another one is exemption from it. Right? Verse 5 says, wealth is treacherous and the arrogant are never at rest. This is why it's not enough for them to have the whole world duped into believing in monopoly money. They want to put a device in you and control your every thought, your every process of your body. They want to know how many times you bust, how many shits a day you take, how many farts you make, how many breaths you take, what you're thinking. They want to control your thoughts. They want to input thoughts, take away thoughts. All right. They want to be like the Most High. That's the obsession of the top wicked elite that run this world, the international bankers. This is why they come up with this foolish idea of putting a implantable device, a microchip in people. That will not work. It will not work. Okay. It's all going to backfire on him. Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouth as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed up many people. You see? And let's get this here in. Well, let's move on to the next clip. Actually, I got a couple more pieces I want to get, but let's play this clip here. This is from A Call for Uprising. Okay. This is fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm not receiving any monetization for this video. I'm only sharing this video for educational purposes only. All right. So fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm going to start here at 9 minutes in.
You will care, because the second that you start to feel bombarded or you start to feel poked by the government, which will come no matter what, this is talk to it. So thinking, how convenient, I could tell it without pressing the actual channel numbers. I could talk to it. So clearly it can listen to you. All of these devices are listening devices. And you might go, I don't care if the government's listening. Oh, no, you will care, because the second that you start to feel bombarded or you start to feel poked by the government, which will come no matter what it is, because they're going to take over every aspect of your life. Whether you're somebody who goes, I don't care about this stuff, these guys are conspiracy theorists, I don't care. Okay, well, maybe you'll care when you're rationing electricity and you start complaining about it. because the electricity is going to the data centers. Well, guess what? They'll hear you on the phone complaining about it, and they'll show up at your front door because this is going to turn into China. So we have universal basic income. For anyone who doesn't know, okay, universal basic income, again, or UBI, is a proposed social welfare program where all citizens regularly receive a fixed sum of money regardless of their income. So fixed income, which means you don't, if you're somebody who likes to work, you work really hard, you make money. Everyone hates capitalism now because of mind control. Well, guess what? The guy who lays around and smokes weed every day is going to have the same amount of money as you. The guy who lays around and is a gluttonous who just shoves food into his face, he doesn't realize that even though he loves this because he doesn't want to work, he's not going to be able to eat the amounts of food that he loves to eat anymore because of universal basic income. You're going to have rations about food. You're not going to eat the same foods that you like to eat. I mean, it's incredible how people don't think. But this is a fixed sum of money, regardless of their income, employment status, or other conditions. The unconditional cash payment aims to ensure a basic standard of living for everyone, offering a safety net and potentially reducing poverty and inequality. Of course, inequality, one of those words I always cover that they've ingrained in people's minds. Oh, there's inequality. You're gay, so it's an inequality. You're everybody's out to get you. Oh, you're black. It's inequality because you're black. Oh, it's inequality because you're Asian. Oh, the inequality is that they want you to think that it's not fair, that life's not fair, that people have more than you should live like you. But the reality is that they want everyone to live like peasants. So if you are a peasant now, guess what? You'll be thrilled with this, but you won't realize that even living as a peasant now will be nothing compared to what universal basic income does, because you still won't be able to have the things that you like even as a peasant. Okay, even the food you like to get with food stamps. Guess what? You're not going to like it because you're not going to be able to get meat anymore if you like meat. Okay, you're going to be eating some bugs. So what?
Yeah, because he's going to be able to program it, right? This devil is good at uh, um, bait and catch. Okay, baiting you and then catching you. And once you're caught, you can't get out. That's why he's all about laying snares and traps. Okay, let's get that real quick. Um, let's see. I'm just gonna go off the top of the dome. Let's go Psalms 34. Okay. Psalm 34. No, Psalms 36. Let's see. Don't ask until the iniquity if you find it hateful or raise. Yeah, this is good. Okay. So this is Psalms 36 and 1. It says, the transgression of the wicked saith within thy heart, in my heart, that there is no fear of Yahweh before his eyes. For he flattereth himself with his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful, right? Which the mark of the beast, microchip will be found to be hateful, right? It'll be loved and then it'll be found to be hateful, just like everything else this man produces. All right, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit, and he hath left off from being wise and to do good. He devises mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. Okay, that's his devil. Let's see. Let's go to another one. We get another one. It's really good. Let's go Psalm 64. Okay, Psalm 64. Yeah, look at this. So it says here, hide me, verse 2. I'm gonna get this in NLT. It says, hide me from the plots of this evil mob, from this gang of evildoers. And the only way you can be hidden in terms of being protected and overcoming the mark of the beast, the microchip, is by the spirit of Yahweh Bashem El Shai being upon you. Okay? The spirit of Yahweh Bashem El Shai has to be upon you. You have to be of the elect. All right, in simple terms, you have to be of the elect. Okay. Slovakia, I know I'm all over the place, but that's the spirit. Spirits like to win. I'm gonna come back. Let's get this in Revelation 3. Okay, I'll start at 14 in the NLT. No, let me start at we'll get to the point. Those who are victorious. Okay, I can really start at 18. Okay, Revelation 3 and 18 NLT. So I advise you to buy gold from me, gold that has been purified by fire. That's this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem El Shai, the true doctrine. Then you will be rich, right? Also buy white garments from me, so you will not be ashamed by your nakedness, and an ointment for your eyes, so you will be able to see. Yeah, it's all talking about the Holy Spirit. It's parabolic for the Holy Spirit. That's what purifies the elect. and that's what gives them the eyes to see what prophecy, because all about having a testimony of Yahweh Shai. So if you're not teaching that the MOTB is the microchip, you don't have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. You don't have the eyes to see. You don't got the Rakah Kadash, the Holy Spirit. Okay. It says here, I correct and discipline everyone I love, so be diligent and turn from your indifference. Look, I stand at the door and knock. If you hear my voice and open the door, I will come in and we will share a meal together as friends. That is truth. Okay, you'll get understanding. Those who are victorious, right, over the MOTB will sit with me on my throne, just as I was victorious and sat down with my Father on his throne. Anyone who has ears to hear must listen to what the Spirit and understand what he is saying to the churches. You see? Okay, so this is the next thing, man. I'm trying to see something here. This is verse 10. It says, because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test them who belong to this world. So that trial is really for it's only for those who are not of the elect to fall. Okay, that trial the elect have already written to overcome it. Okay, I am coming soon. Hold on to that which you have, this truth, so that no one will take away your crown, your salvation. Okay, and all who are victorious will become pillars in my temple, in the temple of Yahweh, of my power, Yahweh, and they will never have to leave it. And I will write on them the new name of my Father, of my power, Yahweh, and which is just means refreshed. Okay, they're going to be one with the Lord, one with Yahweh Shai as the bride meets the bridemaid, and one with the Most High as Yahweh Shai is with the Most High in terms of being sons again and adopted back. And they will be citizens in the city of my power and the new Jerusalem that comes down from heaven, my power, and I will also write on them my new name. Okay, so let's go back to this clip.
But as they take a universal basic income, then of course Elon Musk is called.
Oh shit, what's going on here now?
Okay, the food you like to get with food stamps, guess what? You're not going to like it because you're not going to be able to get meat.
Well, that's Satan. Holy.
Anymore if you like meat. Okay? You're going to be eating the bugs. So what they've done is they've taken universal basic income, and of course Elon Musk has called it high income. Now he's conservative to convince conservatives that this is great. And this is the difference, right? Tell me where you see the difference. There's
Okay, I'm just gonna refresh this. That's crazy.
guess what? You'll be
Wow. Well, that's Satan, man. That's Satan.
more if you like meat. Okay? You're going to be eating the bugs. So what they've done is they've taken universal basic income, and of course Elon Musk has called it.
How am I gonna continue this video when it sounds like this? You devils, you're
High
pissed.
income now he's conservative to convince conservatives that this is great. And this is the difference, right? Tell me where you see the difference. Here's a basic high income refers to a concept where everyone receives a regular high level income.
Yeah, Slovakia. Well, it says universal basic high income, UBHI refers to a concept where everyone receives a regular high level income regardless of their employment status or financial need. This is more ambitious version of universal basic income, UBI, where the basic income is sufficient to meet not just basic needs but also allowed for a higher standard of living. So it's just more bullshit. Right? More nonsense to deceive the masses. That's all that is. There's a precept. So okay. Um,
regardless of their employment status or financial need. This is a more ambitious version of universal basic income, where the basic income is sufficient to meet not just.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Damn.
Basic needs, but also allow for a higher standard of living, right? Just deceitful wording, same difference, you're a prisoner. So AI is going to accelerate the onset of universal basic income, and now they're trying to let you know, again, they've been hinting at it, right? Will AI replace human jobs and make universal basic income necessary? Here's what AI leaders have to say about you. Yeah, they're convincing you now that it's in your best interest. They're convincing you as well to like and accept robots in our society. Nobody's blinking. Everyone's seen Terminator, nobody's blinking. Everyone's seen these movies where robots go rogue, nobody's blinking. Everybody's seen Space Odyssey 2000.
Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead and I have to close this up. Gotta get going. I'll play this last little bit here.
Terminator, nobody will have to have some social, do that. The universal basic income, and you should like it, right? There'll be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do that. What to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we can have a choice. We have to universal basic income. I think it's going to be necessary. So to mean that unemployed people be paid across the yeah, because there is no job. The machine robot is taking over. That's something that I don't want to be clear. These are not things that I think that I wish would happen. These are simply things that I think probably will happen. And so if my assessment is correct and they probably will happen, then we need to say what are we going to do about it. And I think some kind of a universal basic income is going to be necessary. Now the output of goods and services will be extremely high. So with automation, there will come abundance. There will be almost everything will get very.
Okay, I'm gonna read the transcript. Okay, so what Elon is saying is basically, if you don't understand, so with automation, and he's saying okay, so so with automation, they will come at abundance. There will be almost everything will get very cheap. So it's, I think the biggest I think will just end up doing universal basic income. It's going to be necessary. Okay. The much harder challenge is how people then have meaning. Like a lot of people, they derive their meaning from their employment. Yeah, so they're going to be meaningless. He's going to do away with all flesh. Just like remember when you took, when people took the poison dart, the serpent piss. What do? They a member, right, said that he felt like the Holy Spirit left him, and people were never the same. They were gone. Okay, they were gone. So how much worse the mark of the beast, that microchip? Okay. Some Jake lady, I remember the lesson months ago, she had a dream that people were getting chipped, and then the heart monitor went flat when they got chipped, and then they woke back up, right, when they got chipped. So it's almost like they were born again in the beast system. Okay, so your spirit is you're gonna be gone. You'll be a shell if you take that chip. So this is Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. Okay, the New World Order. And which is just a technological Rome, technological Babylon, okay, Tower of Babel. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man may buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that understand count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. Esau Edom, right? Because he's pattern after the beast, okay? The serpent, Satan. And his number is 603 okay? So anyways, that's it. I gotta get going. Low willingness, less from straightforward and edifying to the full elect. I'm gonna give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, or Fahatadash. All right. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and others of great most who rule well, and peace and mercy to the whole full elect. All right. Shalom.